Brigadier General Field, Sergeant Major Garcia, Lieutenant Colonel Kearney. Thank you and Tanya and Alma for hosting us today. I'm grateful for all that you and your staff has done to make this visit possible. Good morning, Marines. Good morning. I love that. My father, Donald Jacobs, the son of an Italian immigrant, joined the Navy 3 years after Pearl Harbor was attacked. He was just 17, not old enough to serve, so he needed to get permission from his mom to enlist. He became a signalman in the Pacific and later used the GI Bill to go to college. His service defined his life, and actually it shaped mine as well. As I grew up in the middle-class suburb of Philly, going to watch the Blue Angels air show in the summer and listening to military bands. But I didn't understand the full measure of the decision he made to enlist until our son, Bo, followed in his footsteps so many years later. I saw how strong the call of duty was inside of him, just like it was for so many who saw us attacked on 9/11. How it gave him courage and conviction, despite the dangers of war that we witnessed on the news every single night. I saw how he drew strength from his sisters and brothers in arms, how those deep bonds of friendship and love inspired and energized him. I saw how his wife Hallie served in her own way, how his 2 children had to adapt when he was deployed to Iraq. His son Hunter was just a little toddler, but his daughter Natalie was old enough to miss him every day. The choice to serve your country, the choice each of you has made is a sacred one of sacrifice and selflessness, one of pride and patriotism. Thank you, and I hope that you're proud, because we are your instructors, your families, and your commander-in-chief. The choice to be part of this community will shape you in so many ways, will forge and form the path of your life, as well as the life of your families. And that choice is the foundation of our national security, the heart of our strength in times of war and peace. For 50 years, Americans like you have chosen this path, our all-volunteer force of the brave and the bold. Just 1% of our country take up the mantle of keeping all of us safe. As my husband says, it is our sacred obligation to ensure that military service is an opportunity of dignity and honor, of pride and accomplishment, not just for our service members, but for those they love, the families who answer the call of duty as well. That's why I launched Joining Forces, my White House initiative to support military and veteran families, caregivers, and survivors. And as you build your lives, grow in your careers, and create communities that move throughout the country and the world, know that we are grateful for everything you do, and we are working every day so that you never have to choose between love of country and your love of family. And I want to thank all the families here for all that they've done to support you and all that they will continue to do. We often measure our lives in milestones and achievements. Today is one of those accomplishments. But so much of who we are is made up of the smaller moments, the kindnesses we offer to people in our lives, faithfulness to our word, showing up for each other, for our country, for the principles that guide us. The choice you've made to become a Marine is monumental to your life and the lives of the Americans you protect and defend. And it's a choice you make every day to continue to serve, to show up when you're needed most, to represent us all. Thank you for your courage and your service. God bless you and your families. Semper Fi.
She is being escorted by Lieutenant Colonel Kearney, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Commanding Officer.
March the pass and review.
Aye, aye, sir. Staff, carry, sort. Order! Up! Pass in review! Right! Hey!
During the pass and review, we ask that as the national colors pass before you, please rise. After they have passed, please be seated. The Commander of Troops, Captain Medley. His company First Sergeant is First Sergeant Deere. The Parris Island Marine Band, under the direction of the Drum Major, Gunner Sergeant Shear, and the enlisted conductor, Staff Sergeant Wodo. First Lieutenant Taylor and the graduating Marines of the 2040 series. His chief drill instructor is Gunnery Sergeant Patterson. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 2040 is Staff Sergeant Maldonado Castro. He's assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Dean, Sergeant Lobo, Sergeant Brown, and Sergeant Russell. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 2041 is Staff Sergeant Youngblood. He's assisted by drill instructors Sergeant Pulley, Sergeant Said, Sergeant Means, and Sergeant Ryan. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 2042 is Staff Sergeant Carahena Cologne. He's assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Fox, Sergeant Cruz, and Sergeant Cameron. The Regimental Color Guard. The Color Sergeant is Sergeant Benutsky. The 2nd Recruit Training Battalion Color Sergeant is Sergeant Salvato. Captain Camino in the graduating Marines of the 2044 series. His chief drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Clark. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 2044 is Staff Sergeant Hickton. He's assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Clemente, Staff Sergeant Barnes, and Sergeant Trainer. The Honor Platoon for Company F is Platoon 2045. The senior drill instructor is Staff Sergeant Rosado. He's assisted by drill instructors Staff Sergeant Benavon, Sergeant Kale, Sergeant Wooten, and Sergeant Sinkavage.